I did that just for color purposes. The next one, I want to sum of the weights. That's easy. Sum of weights given positive is less than or equal to 2. We're going to actually use a function in Excel called SUMIF. It's going to add things up as long as they satisfy a certain condition. So in this case, add only those that are positive. I'm doing this to show you power of Excel, okay? And mathematical way of thinking. And I don't want any of the weights to be less than that. Equivalent to mean weights greater than or equal to negative 0.25, correct? If the minimum weight is greater than that, all the weights are by definition greater than that. And we also want some of the weights given negative to be greater than or equal to negative 0.5. All right? So if I need to create 4 cells in Excel, one of them is going to find the maximum of the weights, one of them is going to find the minimum of the weights, one of them is going to find the sum of the positive weights, one of them is going to find the sum of the negative weights. Then I'm going to use those in the restrictions in Solver. So let's go ahead and do that. Let me put them here. Actually, I have space here. Max weight equals max weights. Min weight equals min the weights. Some positive. You didn't take this class for my spelling skills, right? Some positive is some. Let me show you with the function helper. SUMIF. It has 3 arguments. The first one is the range. It is the range on which you do the test. Okay. In this case, they are the same, but sometimes they may not be. What's the criteria? If this thing is greater than 0, and you put that in quotes, okay? And if it satisfies, what are you adding up? This one. Sometimes you may have a table. You do a test on one column. If that test is satisfied, you add up the stuff on another column. So that's the difference between sum range and range. In fact, if you leave it blank, I think it assumes range and sum range are the same. And we'll try that too. Okay. Obviously, in this case, let me put a negative 0.5 here. And as you can see, it only adds the positive ones. In this case, I think we can ignore the last one. Yeah. When the sum range and range are the same, you can leave the last argument out. That's optional. Only if it is to be a different way, column or row. Sum shorts. In fact, I should call this sum longs. I'm going to do exactly the same thing. Sum if these weights and my criteria is less than 0. As you can see, it got me what I needed. Now I'm going to find the minimum variance portfolios provided those restrictions are satisfied. Let's start with 0. Let's see if there's a portfolio feasible that would give you 0 reward. Uh, Data, solver. Now, I still want some of my weights to be 1. I still want the difference between the reward and my desired reward to be 0. Those haven't changed. I'm going to add new constraints. My first constraint is I want the maximum of the weights to be less than or equal to, we said 1.5, right? Okay. I'm going to add another one. Actually, I could do it right there. I want the minimum of the weights to be less than or equal to negative 0.25. Oh, greater than or equal to, I'm sorry. Add another one. I want sum of the longs to be less than or equal to 2. And I want sum of the shorts to be greater than or equal to 0.5. I have all my restrictions, and I no longer will restrict the weights to be non-negative. Let's see if there's a feasible solution. Nope, not for that one. Okay, let's try 1%. From now on, all you have to change is your desired return. Nope, there's not enough shorting ability. Let's do 2%. And we know there will be a feasible one for this. But I want to, compare those lines. Was? How is that possible? I mean, this is obviously a feasible solution. No, it's slightly greater than 1. That's the problem. It's a round-off issue, I think. Maybe. Let me look. Maybe I made a typing mistakes. Thank you. Change. Yeah, it was trying to be greater than that. Yeah. Okay, let's see if something with 0 actually exists. And by the way, I absolutely love it when a student tells me I made a mistake. In fact, if I found out that you knew but you didn't tell me, I dislike you. See, there was a solution for that. So let's go portfolio, copy. Probably, let me, oh, Control Z. Let's call this